Season 2 of League this year is going to be a palette cleanser. That's what the developers told us well in advance of this cinematic and this season being released after people were a little bit harsher on Noxus and some of the darker tones that it had. So we knew coming into this that it was going to be a little bit lighter. The thing that threw everybody's expectations, or at least like threw off the general public, was last week's cinematic that had LeBlanc and Vladimir talking about going to Ionia. And now that we're in Ionia, for Spirit Blossom notably, people thought the two were going to be connected in some way, shape, or form. I've read through all the comments, I've read through the replies. Yes, I'm well aware that Spirit Blossom is canon, but the thing that people that are deep in the lore really need to take a step back on is you got to realize that most of us are completely illiterate when it comes to this, including myself, and I talk about League literally every day. If Necrit doesn't have a video out on it, which to my knowledge, I don't think his is out yet, I don't know much about it. And even then, I'm only casually watching. I'm not retaining all this information. And the Arcane fans who hopped on over the last year or two have no understanding of this whatsoever. They're not going to know the extended universe or anything else like that, which by all means, it's for people that genuinely appreciate Spirit Blossom and kind of a teaser into the next season. It was just that transition from last week to this week that was kind of jarring. Now, does that mean that I'm not excited for this season? No. Visually, Spirit Blossom is one of my favorite thematics in terms of the color palette and the scheme and the way that it will interact with Summoner's Rift as we know it now. I think is going to be a very, very nice change of pace before we get into the next third of the year, which will probably, I'm assuming, be around Worlds, maybe KDA in some capacity. I don't know. But I'm genuinely looking forward to this season. I know that might not have come across as clear in the earlier video because I still miss so many things. And I've watched some trailer breakdowns and I'm picking up some of it, but it's not like I've had time during the day to fully look into that. But just because a trailer doesn't land for me, it doesn't mean that it doesn't, one, connect for many, and two, still doesn't excite me about the game. Because ultimately, what we saw in that cinematics can have no implications whatsoever on actual gameplay and the visuals of the game, barring a few skins, which I ain't gonna buy anyways. Maybe a VAR skin, if that actually is true. But Gumayusi's VAR skin is coming out, so I think that takes priority for me.